Most important thing for me when it comes to doing a hang snatch well, once we're in our setup, picking the bar up as though we're snatching to our start position, not just picking the bar up like so. Because doing that loads the wrong muscles and it makes it very difficult for us to execute the snatch correctly. Now from this position, what I'm focusing on is pulling the shoulder blades back and down and letting my arms hang loose. When I lower the bar, I'm loading the legs and I'm only going down as low as mid-thigh. Now you'll see as I lower the bar there, the bar is actually running down the thigh into this position. When I'm in my hang position, my knees are above my toes, my chest is still upright, and my shoulders are directly above the bar. This means that when I come to extend, everything's moving vertically. Common mistakes that will occur when you're doing a hang snatch. First one is that when you lower the bar down, you lower the bar down too far. When you lower the bar down too far, it tends to scoop away, and then you're chasing it through the middle phase. Okay? The way in which we avoid that is being controlled in the lowering phase. So keep this bit slow, because ultimately you've only got to change direction anyway. So I'm focusing there once I'm down, feel the weight just above that mid-thigh position. I think that bar is tracking the exact same way back up as it did on the way down. So you want to feel for that contact through the middle phase. So from here it's nice big chest, shoulders back and down, controlled lower, jump and catch. And we're focusing on being dynamic down into the receiving position.
Nice, Doug.
Nice, Doug. So control into the bottom, control and straight up. We'll do a few more of these to work on it, but basically the reason why you're off balance is because you're just dropping quick, and then as soon as you hit your bottom position, you're doing that. And that's why you're off balance. Is why I'm saying, like, when you go down into the bottom position, instead of just trying to drop super fast, you need to actually be controlled into the bottom, go through the full range. It makes it easier for you to stand up. Then over time, once you get the feeling of loading the legs, you'll start naturally dropping faster. When you set up, your shoulders are way back behind the bar, and then you bend your legs to initiate the movement. From here, all you do is your shoulders go forward and your hips go back. So then all your load goes into your hamstrings and your back instead of the quad. Which is why then when you change direction, all you think about doing is throwing this back. And that's why you're behind the bar when you come to extend and the bar is moving like this.
Yeah.
And then you see how you're in this position early on, okay? And you're just trying to rely on your speed. So the first thing we need to correct is when you stand up with the bar, stand up with it to waist up. When you get set here, instead of like leaning back here, try and stand neutral. That's the start position.
Okay.
So now you feel it harder to hold, but now you're going to be able to load your legs. So now when you lower the bar down from this position, lower it down and stop. This is the position, big chest, pinch my fingers, look up. This is the position that you're going to go from, okay? So now jump. Good, okay. So this is going to get you used to now going up, jumping, as opposed to going like this. So if you focus on two things here, get in the right start position, three things, get in the right start position, this point, jumping, but then secondly, it's, no, break this, that, not that. So the elbows lead and the back of the hand stays pointing forward, never that, because that creates distance between you and the bar. Just when you're lowered, Nikki, just in this position, I'd like to see like your knees further forward. So you're just a little bit in your heels when you're lowering into this point.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see a little bit more knee bend being created when you lower down.
Yeah.
Naturally, when you do that, what it's going to do is it's going to put the weight a little bit further forward in your foot as opposed to back in the heel. And that will make it easier for you when you come into extension to not have it like drifting forward and to come vertically. So just try and feel for that position for me. Feel for that like loading a little bit more forward. So big chest, yeah. Like that is kind of where I want you. So then you see how your knees above the toe here at this point. That's a nice position to be in compared to where you were, where like you can pull this up.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, too low, isn't it?
Yeah. So just feel like, yeah, you're leading those knees over the toes a bit. Forward, 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 there, that's where I want you. Yeah, good. That's so much better because it really transforms your receiving position then, rather than it feeling like it's a little bit in front of you, the bar's going to be back there, and you're going to be able to put less effort in to be able to do the same weight. That last one was like your third one, it was your best one. It was tired. Good. Just focus on that for me today. I want you to start with your toes on this line. That was different, eh? That's the first time you haven't jumped forward like a meter and all I did was put some chalk on the floor, okay? So, the lesson here is that when you lower the bar down, you need to do it under more control so you stay balanced, right? Okay. By naturally having that line there, you thought, oh, I don't want to jump forward now, and you did the complete opposite, you jumped back, which is why the bar then started moving back behind the head, okay? So what we're going to focus on when we're setting up for the line, because it's more like a visual cueing for you, is that when you're coming after your jump, you're being deliberate with those feet to move out. So try and think on this next one, we'll start on the line again, think about moving out to the side. Huh? I know. I'm going to have to video this one, we're going to have to go to the recording. Okay, so let's have a look together. When you pick up, you come to a pretty good start position when we're in here, okay? But when you lower it, you see how at this point your shoulders get way in front of the bar at this point?
Oh yeah.
Until you come to change direction. That is what's changing the momentum and the shift of the bar here. So when you extend, you're moving backwards. So what I want to do in order to correct this is try and get you from the point that when you're standing here in your start position, we're going to shorten down this movement so it's slower and not as low. So it's just arms staying vertical, down, up. Okay? Yeah, the bar's still moving down, but we're not going to go down quite as low as what you've been doing. And we're going to go down and up. Just trying to focus on keeping the shoulder above the hand initially. And pause, pause. Yeah, that's enough. Better. Good. So straight away that made a difference to two things. I know you didn't go down as low as you would like, but you see now how your shoulders are above the bar at this point when you're extending, and also then look, wow, like look, the key thing we were trying to fix there was the feet not moving back. And you can see from this, look, now the feet move out to the side, okay? Now we just need to get confident descending in that position, okay? So the key thing that you worked on there to achieve that was keeping the shoulder directly above the bar. Yeah. As opposed to when we look at your old one, when you're in that position, they were way in front. Yeah, that was nasty, bro. Come here. Like, first of all, like when you picked this up straight away, you picked it up like a stripper. Look how straight your legs got there. If you snatched like that, you'd be in all sorts of trouble. Right. Let it feel heavy when you pick it up. Okay. But and then as a result of it then feeling light, you thought, right, I'm going to be super fast here, and you're way down past your kneecaps. Yeah. When you lower. Look at that head position, eyes up there, boom, miles away, and you just dropped. So we need to like condense and like make the whole movement pattern more efficient. So we're going to be more disciplined in the pickup on the next one. All right. So you're going to move slower, so you keep your legs loaded. Okay. And then you're only going to lower down to mid-thigh and then change direction. And I want you to think about receiving the bar a little bit higher than the bottom. Okay? Almost like you're power snatching it and riding it down a little bit. Okay? Let's go again. This is loading the legs in the pickup. Yeah. We'll slow it down so you actually feel it touching past the knee and standing up. So pick it up slowly. Good. Big chest, eyes up, chin up. Jump. That was better, but you need to practice it a little bit lighter.
I used to get lower on the hang snatch.
Huh?
I'm used to lowering it a little bit more on the hang snatch.
Yeah, but it puts you in a bad position. Like. Yeah. But when you picked it up, definitely much better with the legs there. But look, chin's down, chest is down. You need to get that at the top. Shoulders go back and down, chest stays up. Yeah? The chest position, look, you see, look, you've got enough height on it to snatch it, but you're like a fucking banana.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was saying yesterday, like, the chest, when I stand, starts neutral, big chest. It goes down neutral, up neutral, and stays neutral in the receive.
All right.
Because at the moment, yours is like,
Okay.
yeah. Go back down to like 60 and actually get that right, and then build back up. When you lowered the last one, it's so fast. Like, keep this extended. Almost feel like you're pushing down when you lower, so the arms stay straight. Go slow in the lower, fast in the extension. And up, 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 up. Yes, good lad. Fuck yeah. Good work, bro. Nice. It was much better when you lowered it, but you're just like not confident in doing it. Like you second guessed yourself, but your arms were much better there. But you see the first movement is you pulling in. First movement should be you pushing with the leg, not trying to bring the bar up here. Else you'll kill the height.
At the beginning I was wrong, then I fixed it. But now
that's what you got to work on. Okay, cool.
I did the 90. Maybe I will.
I don't think it's any different. I'd leave it.
No.
No, you did 90 is good because like 100 to 95 is not going to feel any different. You know? You're strong enough to do this and more. It's the technique that you need to be confident in, which we need to go back and do the light weights to build that. Okay, but at least you now know how to correct it.